Hey everyone, we got more massive news for Supermicro computer stock investors, and thankfully, this time it was positive. The company found an audit team that is willing to take on the company's financial statements and then appointed a new company as a new independent registered public accounting firm. Of course, that sent the stock price soaring today, and I want to evaluate and elaborate on this new announcement and whether or not this changes the equation for Supermicro computer stock investors, and more specifically, whether or not it changes my rating on Supermicro computer stock. So stay tuned. Let's take a look. Let's digest these announcements. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. All right, so on November 18th, 2024, the Audit Committee of the Board of Directors of Supermicro Computer appointed BDO USA as the company's new independent registered public accounting firm, thankfully, after a long search. Now, if we zoom out a little bit and rewind a little bit, you'll remember that the company's previous accounting firm resigned. And what made that even worse was the statement they made when they resigned. They said that they were not confident that management was presenting their information transparently, and they were not confident in management's trustworthiness and ethical matters in revealing the financial whereabouts, the financial position of the company. So that was really scathing accusations made by the previous accounting firm and really left investors questioning the integrity of Supermicro Computer's financial statements. And the long search for a new accounting firm just elevated those discussions and made investors even more curious about the company's finances. So this was a great announcement that they finally found an accounting firm that's willing to take on the task of reporting on the company's financial statements. So, in addition, the company said that it announced in a press release on November 18th, which is on the same day, they submitted a compliance plan to the NASDAQ stock market to support its request for an extension of time to regain compliance of the listing requirements. In other words, the NASDAQ stock exchange was threatening to delist Supermicro computer stock for failing to comply with the regulations. And so now Supermicro computer submitted a plan to get into compliance because now they feel comfortable that they can meet that plan now that they actually have a public accounting firm. So they're now saying, we submitted a plan and we think that we will be able to file our annual 10K report, which Supermicro Computer is still late. They're still behind on filing their 10K statement. That's another step forward they need to make. They think they can file their statement within the discretionary period available to NASDAQ staff to grant. Now, what I take this to mean is that if Supermicro Computer gets an extension from NASDAQ, they feel that they can meet that extension adjusted deadline. So they're still going to be late. It's still going to take them time, but they feel like the NASDAQ exchange has the flexibility to give them an extension. And if they get that extension, then they can meet the deadline. I know it's a lot of steps, but at least the good news that Supermicro computer stock investors can take away is that the company got a registered public accounting firm to sign on. Now, there's still a lot of uncertainty. There still is a chance that once this new accounting firm gets into the details, rolls up their sleeves and starts to look at the numbers and look at the way these numbers are reported, that they may come back and have reservations. They may still decline to continue. So there is still uncertainty regarding this situation, but this is undoubtedly a positive step for Supermicro Computer and its investors. So I was not surprised to see today's price action and see the stock price absolutely soar on this news. It's now trading at $29.86, where to start the day it was trading at closer to $20 per share. So a roughly 50% increase in the company's stock price in one day. And that just goes to highlight the sheer volatility of this investment. In addition to the positive news surrounding the company's accounting firm, the company gave more positive news to investors by announcing a new supercluster that will be based on Nvidia's GPUs, a liquid-cooled rack resulting in a large increase in GPU compute density compared with its current leading liquid-cooled system. So in addition to that, Supermicro Computer is enhancing the portfolio of its Nvidia Hopper systems to address the rapid adoption of accelerated computing for high-performance computing applications and mainstream enterprise AI. So another set of good developments here for Supermicro Computer, and this magnifies the situation because there was growing risk that Nvidia would separate themselves from Supermicro Computer or distance themselves from Supermicro Computer, given all the negative headlines the company had been reporting lately. And this announcement deepens their relationship and deepens the commitment together and really has a multiplying effect on the company and the company's stock price. So huge developments today for Supermicro Computer stock investors who must be going through a roller coaster ride that has been going up and down, and it must be gut wrenching being a super microcomputer stock investor. I do not envy you at all. So, given these recent developments, super microcomputer stock price is now trading at a forward price to earnings of 5.7, which is about the valuation the stock was trading for before the rapid increase as a result of the increasing effectiveness of artificial intelligence sent the company's valuation soaring. It's now back down to where it was before, even though the business is booming if you just look at the company's revenue and profit numbers. But then comes the question, how accurate were those numbers? When this new auditing firm comes out with the new financial statement or tries to file the financial statement, will it have revisions that bring down the company's revenue and profitability? There are still a lot of questions that need to be answered. Nevertheless, these were hugely positive developments. And previously, on November 5th, I had reiterated for investors to avoid buying this stock. I had downgraded the stock to a sell when the news started coming out that the company would be delaying its financial statements, and the previous financial firm quit and left the company without an auditor. These developments today are a big step forward in a positive direction. So I'm upgrading the company's stock up to a borderline sell. It's no longer a clear-cut sell, in my opinion. It was a big step forward. It's still very risky, so I'm not comfortable upgrading it any further based on the news that I got today. But more positive developments like this will certainly lead to more positive results from my point of view. Hey everyone, I'm excited to announce that my book is finally available for sale. I've been working on it for more than a year now, so I'm really excited to finally share this with you now. It goes through my framework for evaluating stocks. Some of you often ask why I like this stock or why I like the other stock, and this framework provides you the things that I look at when I'm evaluating stocks. I've added the link in the description below.